Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a person to this cityscape and we're gonna give them a drop shadow to make it look like they are really, really there. So here's our cityscape and here is our dude and we're gonna name him Rodolfo because that's what I feel like. So come here, Rodolfo, I'm gonna click and drag you and drop you into the scene. I want to put Rodolfo in the sunlight so that I can give him a cast shadow. Right now, Rodolfo is a ridiculous giant, so I need to scale him down. I'm going to do a nice little Command T. I'm going to drag from the corner and hold down the Shift key so that I can scale Rodolfo down and make sure that his body stays in proportion and it looks normal and not distorted. And then I press Enter. I'm all done with my transformation. Right now, it looks like he's floating because he does not have a drop shadow on the floor like everything else. So what I want to do is I want to start paying attention to the drop shadows to make sure that his drop shadow is consistent with everything else, and that way it'll be way more believable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay attention to the direction of the shadows, as well as look at the fuzziness of the shadows. I want to recreate that with Rodolfo. So I'm going to. So what I'll do now is I'll right click on my Rodolfo layer and I'll choose blending options. Okay, and I'm gonna go down to drop shadow. If these options don't show up on their own, just double click on here, right where it says drop shadow, and then it'll click up. And then, okay, so we've got is right now, I see the drop shadow. I want to try and match as much of this as I can. I can't get the shadow to lay on the floor yet, but I can, here, let me move them around so we could see. I can control a few things. So first of all, there's the opacity. See if I mess with this. Oh, I made him too light. Maybe a little darker to match the darkness of the shadow that you can see right there. I think that's pretty good. Another thing too is I can control the size. So if I bring the size way down, look how sharp it makes the shadow. And we said that the shadows need to be a little bit fuzzy. So I'm gonna pull up and it looks like about that much is the right. You can mess with this on your own. And there we are. We're good for now. Okay. Now I want to get this shadow to be realistic, so I need to get it to like lay on the floor. But right now it's attached to Rodolfo. So what I need to do is I need to separate it. So if I go down here in my layers panel and I right click on effects and drop shadow, I need to do create a layer. Okay. And what that does is it puts Rodolfo onto his own drop shadow layer, and now I can mess with them on my own. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I do a nice little Command T for transforming. Now I can move them around. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to right click and choose Distort so that I can mess with this. There we go. I can mess with this shadow a little bit more. And there you go. I want to pay attention to the direction. So see how the direction of this shadow goes. I want to recreate that angle. And let's make sure, there we go. I think I could drag the shadow a little bit more over. Good, because it looks like his foot is about to come off the floor. Can. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now the last thing that you want to do is match the color of the drop shadow to the color of these other shadows. So what I need to do is now right click here and select the pixels. Okay, so that way I just mess with the color of these pixels here, not the whole layer. So, ooh, the cat came in. So now I'm going to do a quick little color balance and balance out this color till it matches a little bit better. Okay, I added a little bit of green and blue. Ooh, nope. Nope, that one was fine the way it was before, I think. And that seems about right to me. So do a little quick color balance and you should be good. And now Rodolfo looks like he's actually in this place. I'm not sure where it is in the world. But that's about it.